Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. It's Mary Jane. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 11, episode 4. Past the peach. Past that peach. NeNe was shading. She was like, Milo, if you put on any more makeup, you're going to look like you belong in a casket. She told Milo that she was a label whore. She said Cynthia would not be paying for no man. She would not be paying for Will because she still shops at the dollar store, honey. I was like, oh no, we going to go there? Like, it's all types of shade. And then you have Porsha shading, Eva talking about not Eva, Porsha shading, Shamari, saying that, Shamari is very good that she's open and she's open to that, but too bad she's not open to a makeup artist or a hairstylist or a stylist, period. I was like, oh, we shading like that. I was like, they was in here shading, Marlo calling Eva a liar. And they knew, Cynthia knew what she was doing. She asked them questions. Boy, how did they know Shamari was in a threesome? The producers told them. I was like, oh, they know about it or they heard about it. I was like, damn, it is crazy. And it seems like the ladies are not feeling Shamari and Eva all that much. They called Eva out and said that she was a liar. OMG. And basically Cynthia's talking about she's seen a bunch of people in her house with outfits on that, look a little messed up, like they need to change it up. And basically the camera went to, Eva and Shamari. And then you got I was like, then you got Eva saying that Porsha outfit is a little bit too tight. I was like, they was going in. So let's get started. Let's talk about Kandi and Todd going to see, Dr. Jackie from Married to Medicine, basically to see her about, having a surrogate. So they thinking about having a surrogate because, Kandi doesn't think that her womb is prepared to have a healthy baby because of her thyroid issues. And plus, she hasn't got pregnant in the last 2 years. So she knows she would have to go through surgery again. And she did that before. So they want a surrogate. And basically, they want to use both of their eggs that are, somewhere at the doctor's office and use both of them eggs. So they're going to need 2 surrogates, or they can maybe have 1 surrogate with twins, and basically trying to get the ins and out on that situation. So, Dr. Jackie was like, it's going to cost you $100,000. It's going to cost you some money unless you get Kamisha down the street to do it. And that's only $35,000 because that's what, Kandi was like, oh, my friend only paid $35,000 for a surrogate. So we have that situation going down. So Todd was like, I gotta go make some money. I gotta go pay some bills, And and Kandi also told us that she was a high risk pregnancy, and she also had a lot of bleeding going on too as well. So I guess Kandi and Todd are going to get a surrogate, maybe 2, maybe 1, but they're going to use them eggs. They want both of them eggs used because they don't want it to go to waste. I don't blame you. Do your thing. You got the money. You got the clout. You can do it. So it's all good. It ain't going to stop no show. And so we have Eva and Michael basically meeting up at the bar in the middle of the day, smoking cigars. Eva's showing us that she's a boss ass bitch with her cigars and drinking, that hard liquor, drinking that dark liquor. And her husband shows up too as well. It's around lunchtime, and basically they're talking about their wedding, and they're talking about the time that they met, and she knew right away that Michael was the one that was her man. She was going to be with him. So they together, they're talking about their wedding. And also that the mother's actually really planning the wedding. So we see if you have your mother planning your wedding, it's going to go downhill, especially if you don't agree. And so we have Michael said he had to ask if they would still get married because he doesn't even know the details of what's going on. He doesn't have a say. And I was like, okay, he's pretty good. And she also give us the drop that she has asked NeNe Leakes to actually speak at her wedding and give a speech and tell us what's going on in her situation. Basically, she thinks that NeNe is a good friend and she's been married and she's about that married life with kids, and she actually wants her to speak at her wedding to give a toast. And NeNe's like, okay, I didn't know we was that close. I didn't know we was that cool. But so she went there, and Eva's also saying that NeNe is a funny comedian. She's very funny. I seen her down in Miami. Her husband was like, only person I know that's really funny is Richard Pryor and stuff like that, because he's a comedian connoisseur. And I guess he's saying on the low that he don't really think NeNe's all that funny, so miss him with that bullshit. I was like, you really gonna go there? You really gonna go there? Like, come on. So we have that situation, and then we move on to Porsha. Porsha meets up with Dennis McKinley's mother, and they're having dinner, and the mother's asking all kind of questions. She was like, so what's going on? What's happening in this relationship? Where are you trying to take this? You guys, I'm surprised he got time to spend with you because he's so busy. And Porsha, and she was like, what are you doing to him, Porsha? Porsha is laying that good, that wet on Dennis McKinley, and basically he's already getting her tattooed, her name tattooed on him, and now he's about to get the face. Supposedly he does this with everybody he's serious with. And Dennis McKinley said he hasn't introduced a woman to his mother in 7 years. Well, the word on the street is you had a bunch of women that you fall in love with immediately right away. Maybe Porsha is the one. Maybe she's different from all the other ones. So the mother was like, so what's going on with y'all guys? And Porsha was like, well, he said he loved me. She was like, when? The mother was like, when? Porsha was like, he said he loved me on the first night, the first day. And the mother was like, so where you guys going to the altar with this? Porsha should have said, hell yeah, I'm trying to get married. I'm trying to take your son off the streets. But Porsha was quiet about it because we've been seeing all episode. Porsha's been trying to get that ring. She's been trying to drop notes, drop hints, go to ring shopping and all types of stuff. And so the mom was like, so what do you feel about a prenup? The mom is looking like, my son is moving way too fast. He do this all the time. All the women he move fast with. That's what the mother looked like, the look on her face. But she was like, okay, so what about a prenup? Porsha was like, well, if he wants a prenup, he can get a prenup. Porsha knows about that prenup life because she went through it with Cordell Stewart where she was left with nothing. So hopefully this time around she will be smart about the situation with a prenup. And then also she got something to protect too as well. But then we also got Porsha was talking about the baby nup. So she should know either that she should call Phaedra and say, hey, what's going on? So we have that situation. The mother seems like, she's happy, but she's just like, okay, this is moving way too fast. But she's old school, so she probably knows how it goes. And her son does this maybe all the time. Porsha gives, Dennis McKinley's mother a birthday present, a nice little Coach bag, wallet or whatever, so the mother's happy about it. And then Porsha did a good thing because you can't go wrong with a birthday present like that, you know what I'm saying? So the mother was surprised and happy at the same damn time. So we have that situation going on. I was like, prenup. The mother brought a prenup right away. Then we have Shamari and Ronnie, basically we talk about their situation, and she's talking about that, and she's talking to Ronnie's mother, and they go to the cake place because her twins are having a birthday. We find out that Shamari had a tough pregnancy. She was on bed rest for about 2 months. Her twins were in the NICU unit or whatever, and so now she's just so happy that she can have a birthday party for her children. And she also said she was 21 when she met, Ronnie or whatever. She was 22, she was young and all this other stuff, and she didn't get along with his mother, and the mother was like she didn't get along with her either too as well. So the mother and Shamari didn't get along at all because the mother really felt like Shamari was basically a gold digger, somebody that was coming in and out of his life and just wanted some money, just wanted something from him because she's seen it all the time. The mother even sent a Christmas card and did not address Shamari and the Christmas card. The mother and Shamari was like, I was really hurt by that. And the mom was like, hey, listen, that's the past, moving on to the present. And then Shamari jumps in and was like, yo, we had an open relationship. She goes, we was about to go through a divorce. And the mom was like, oh, because of him cheating and everything, all them other women. So we got Ronnie DeVoe out here cheating on his little 21-year-old wife. He got him a little kid at home, a little baby, while he's molding her and shaping her and building her the way he wants her to do. And he's out here running the streets, dropping that ding on tour to tour, coast to coast, on stage. I was just like, he had it made. And then it came to the point where Shamari was like, we're having so much problems in our relationship that maybe we should have an open relationship, and had an open relationship for a year. She had to have an open relationship because Ronnie was having an open relationship as well. So she thought that this might help her relationship. Evidently, it kind of did because they're still together. But Ronnie wasn't going to leave in the first place because he already had his cake and eating it too. He was out here dipping and dapping on her for her we don't even know how many years he was, but basically she wanted to jump in the pool and be with women, and she was bi-curious, so she had a relationship with 2 women and she went all the way or whatever. Basically she just had to come out with that, open relationship so she can do something. But the rules of the relationship is she can't get no penis. Like, you like penis because you marry penis, so why ain't you with penis too while he's out there in vagina? Because he likes vagina, he married vagina, so why is he out? So why is he the only one that can dab in the opposite sex? You should have been able to get some penis too as well. But there was rules and regulations, and they both could cheat, but only with women. So So the mother was like, this is behind us, we're moving on. And so Shamari was like, well, we ended that after a year. And she was like, she had sex with 2 women, and Ronnie probably had sex with 10. I was like, oh shit, he had his cake and eat it too, all the way. And even before, this way he could just, let it be known the girls can come to the house, knock on the door, come in, babysit. I was like, oh no. But somehow, some way, they made it back to each other. and they are, I guess, happily married, and they're trying to do their Beyonce and Jay thing. But first of all, Beyonce ain't letting Jay-Z have an open relationship. But the thing about it is, Shamari was very young, and she said she had issues entering the relationship with Ronnie, and he was older, probably more dominant. Of course he was. So we have that situation. Then the cakes, they get 2 cakes for the babies because they're twins, and it comes up to 900 and change. They could have split 1 cake. The kids wouldn't know the difference. So moving on to now, we got Cynthia. She's at her house getting ready for the Cynthia Q. I was like, it's a Cynthia barbecue or Cynthia whatever. How come there ain't no grill? How come ain't nobody on the grill? So we have that situation. Porsha man, Dennis McKinley, he sends over a plethora of food, everything. He sent everything from his shop over there to show and shine like he's taking care of his woman. And she ain't gotta cook, she ain't gotta do nothing. I'm sending all the food over there to y'all. I'm even sending dessert, baby. And my catering truck is coming through, so we know Dennis McKinley's making that money. He's doing his thing, and he ain't afraid to share his winning with the world. So we have that situation. Then guess who knocks at the door? It's none other than NeNe Leakes, and we have Marlo coming through. Marlo came through looking good with her little bikini top with the white over it, looking all good because the dress code was red, white, and blue. You had NeNe showing half of her breast in that outfit. NeNe had on her young suit. You could see when she was moving around her top, you could see like the breast. I was like, NeNe, you out here doing it like this? You're doing it like that, NeNe. Right up there, you can see under boob. So look in the slideshow, you'll see NeNe's underboob all over the place. She just couldn't help it. It was just popping out there. She was talking about Candy's breast being out there, hanging out there, being all firm and breast delicious. So Marlo brings a fishing pole so we can fish for some man in Lake Bailey. I think Marlo was taking shots at Cynthia because her man is in LA and trying to call out a relationship because they're long distance. And it's almost identical to what, Sheree was doing last season when she had her prison bae. So we have that situation or whatever. They bring their food. Everything's cool. Marlo was like, we're going to be fishing for some men. And so we have Marlo, Cynthia, and NeNe, and, Cynthia's sister. Basically, they're outside. They chilling and everything. And they end up talking about, NeNe ends up bringing up Eva, like, Eva asked me to be a part of her wedding to give a speech, and Cynthia was like, her like that? You see Cynthia getting jealous, like, you guys are that cool? She having you speak at her wedding? Marlo was like, well, she might as well have you because it'll be a snooze fest, it'll be boring, you'll add some personality to the wedding. I was like, oh, we just throwing shade at Eva. And so NeNe was like, well, I don't think that's true, that's not true. And so then you have Marlo talking about, I don't even know who she is. Like, I don't know. Like, she seems different. She's like this. She's like that. I can't really read her. I don't understand her. Then Cynthia throws, and then, NeNe goes, well, when I met, Eva, she was a turn-up queen. She was out here in these streets. Well, I said what I said, and I did what I did, and I is what I is. But now this TV Eva, I don't know who the hell this bitch is. Like, she is just too much. I don't know. She wasn't like this when I was chilling with her, when I introduced her to the show. She just flipped and change. Well, basically, the guy that she's going to be marrying is a lawyer, and he was running for, office, and now he's probably going to run for office again. So she had to keep it meek, and she had to keep it cute. And so this is what Cynthia was like, well, I heard rumors that, Eva was going around telling people that I paid for Mark's company, that I paid him. That's when NeNe do the shit. She shops at the dollar store. She ain't paying for no man. She's cheap. I think, was it Kenya that says that Cynthia shops at IKEA, or was it Sheree that says Cynthia shop at IKEA? Somebody did. But anyways, and so they're like, there's something going on with this Eva. What's up with Eva? So they don't really know what's going on with Eva, and they got like questions. And but that rumor about Cynthia paying for Will, that was all over the internet. Everybody was talking about it. I don't know if Eva actually started the rumor, but maybe she's the first one that said something out loud and could be identified as her saying it, but everybody was saying that she paid for that man Will. But who knows? It is what it is with that situation. I was just like, Then you got Kandi talking about she said she's gonna show up to Cynthia's barbecue. Too bad it's not a potluck because she'll show up with the tea. Like the tea on Dennis, like you itching and you scratching for that. You and Porsha will be going into it because you got some tea, you got some secrets, and you can't wait to disparage. You can't wait to divulge. You can't wait to tell them, Kandi. The first person you should have told was Porsha. She could take it any way she want to take it, but at least you'll tell her first. But it seems like the next episode you gonna be telling Cynthia and NeNe first before you tell Porsha. So it seems like that friendship gonna go downhill. And Kandi's happy that she got this information. She got these secrets and all this other stuff, and basically that she can use it against, Porsha when the time is right. So I was just like, And so then now all the ladies are showing up and everything, and everything seems all good. All the ladies that are showing up to the party or whatever, and we have Porsha warning, Shamia about what Eva said about her, not showing up, not bringing her shady friend. She didn't say the black, not the black Q, not the one that's black and cute. She didn't bring that up or whatever. So Porsha is telling her girl what's going on, and they fighting over pickle in the car. And Shamia said, "I'm so emotional, I can cry right now because you ate half of my pickle." So we got Eva. She came through with a pie or cake, upside down pineapple cake, and she comes through with her friend, and and Cynthia was like, "Oh, you cooked that?" She was like, "Yeah, I did." And she showed pictures, and Eva was like, "I'm bringing pictures, I'm showing receipts, I'm showing everything about what I do, because that situation with Cynthia last year, I know to have receipts, have evidence, have everything I need." And then Eva's also pissed off that Porsha brought +1 +2, that she brought a +2 instead of a +1. And she's feeling a certain type of way. And we got Kandi, and so Kandi's there, everybody's sitting down or whatever, they're having a good time. And then it was like, oh, what about they bring up, Shamari performance, and, Marla was like, "Won't you perform for me?" And Cynthia was, and then that's when Kandi jumped in. "I'm not gonna be performing because I don't want to get critiqued, because I got critiqued last time and this and that." Everybody's laughing. And so then this is when, Shamari was like, Ronnie is a legend. Yes, he is a legend. And she was like, he get that from his uncle. And then, Kandi was like, "I don't want to, oh, you're too short. You're over here. You got to move over. You're off space," or whatever. And then somebody screamed out, Kandi's a legend too. Sometimes we forget Kandi's a legend because she's been on Real Housewives of Atlanta for so long, sometimes you forget. So, so we have that situation. Also, Kandi got her eye on Eva being nice to Shamia, basically fixing her some dip and crackers when she was just dissing her the other day. So she's watching. So they're about to play this game called Peach Question or whatever. So basically you get the peach, and once you get the peach, you can either answer the question or pass it to somebody where you think the question belongs to, and or pass it to a person that you believe that the question is fitting to. Or you can just pass it like NeNe did because you didn't want to be messy and not want to answer the questions. So we get started. So we got Eva's fixing, Shamia a plate, and Kandi's watching with an eye ready to say something, ready to attack. And so we have NeNe. NeNe's question is, who do you think who needs a makeover? And so NeNe was like, "Who's this question for?" Like, so NeNe passed the question to Porsha or whatever. I think she passed the peach to Porsha. Then Porsha said, I think Porsha said something about, Eva maybe, or Shamia, Shamari or whatever. And so then she throws the peach, and the peach comes back to Porsha, and Porsha was like, "Well, Shamia and Kandi almost got on the same type of outfit or whatever." That's when, what's her name? Eva was like, that's when Porsha said they almost got the same on outfit. And then Eva has the peach. And then, Eva was like, they're both fabulous. They're both runaway type of outfits. But the person that's more fashionable is definitely Kandi or whatever. And then Shamari, she jumps up. She was, "The guy looked good," or whatever. And so, that was like shade, because basically, the word on the street is that, Shamari, she looks dated. Basically, her outfit's dated or whatever. And NeNe was not even trying to pass that peach. She gave it to Eva. She gave it to Porsha. She gave it to everybody else. She was not trying to answer any questions. And then we have, Eva was like, I can help people out with the glam squad, and people were looking at Eva like, how can you help us out with the glam squad with the way that you looking? But I thought she looked alright. It's a barbecue. It's like a little potluck or whatever. Porsha said, Porsha was like, yo, there's some people in here that's needed some help. And then that's when, I think it was, Eva was like, Porsha, your dress is too tight. It don't even look like it's fit, so I don't know what you're talking about. And so then the other question was Marlo. She got the question, who do you think in the group is a liar? And so then, Marlo was like, the past liar was Porsha, the present liar is Eva. Eva jumps up. I was like, damn, that's shade. Marlo's like, I'm going to answer the question because they done already conversated about this. I think NeNe, Cynthia, Marlo got together and put the questions together. And Kandi could have been a part of the question too. I think Cynthia was calling calling the old crew up and saying, what questions should we put in this bowl? And so we have that situation. Eva was like, how am I a liar? Like, why do you think that I'm lying? She was like, yeah, you are. And then Eva was like, I don't even know you, Marlo. I've been seeing you for years or whatever. And then Marlo was like, yeah, you've been seeing me looking fabulous for years. You don't know me. And then that's when Eva was like, yeah, you're too extra. You're always extra at the wrong time, at the wrong place. And she was like, when is there ever a wrong time to be extra? You just basic. And Eva was like, I ain't basic. So they came at Eva, and Eva was like, I'm not basic. Basically, I'm not basic. That's what she was saying. And she was like, how am I a liar or whatever? And so we had that little tit for tat. And then we had, Kandi jumps in now and throw her dagger. She was like, no shade, but I'm just trying to say that, you shaded the shit out of, Shamia the other day, and now you're fixing her dip like everything's all good. And she was like, how did I really shade her? I was just like, I hope you're not bringing, Shamia, your shady friend. But you said shady friend, the black friend with the Q, the black friend without the Q, the black friend that ain't cute. You didn't even have to say black. We all know what type of nationality that Shamari is just by looking at her. Shamia, just by looking at her. So we have that situation going on. I was like, damn, they're calling Eva out. And Eva was like, it is what it is, basically. So they move on from that. And this is when Cynthia jumped in and was like, well, Eva, I heard that you said that, I paid Will to be my man. And she was like, yeah, everything. And Eva was like, everything I say is factual. And Cynthia was like, no, that's not factual. How do you know that? And then that's when Eva was like, well, I don't really know if you did or not, but, that's some things that have been said in the past and things that she heard and going by or whatever. So basically, she copped out to it and say, hey, listen, I didn't say that, but it is factual, but it's not factual. I heard it through the grapevine, really. So basically, she was like stung. Like she didn't believe that they was really coming at her like this. And she's in a room full of women that right now don't seem like she got a friend in sight, except for the friend that's sitting next to her that she brought. And her friend ain't saying nothing because she don't even know what's going on. So I was like, oh shit, so we gonna have that situation go down. And then Cynthia was like, let me just tell you right now, I would never not ever pay a man to be my boyfriend. The way I look, how I look like sitting over here, that is not gonna even help or whatever. So then it's just like, damn. Then Shamia, she gets a question, and she was like, when the last time she was shaded? She was like, right there. So everybody laughed. They got over that situation. I was just like, damn, they going in. Like they wasn't playing with this shady game. But thank God nobody really got their feelings hurt or really was like, out of it or whatever. And so then the next question was, so then the next question, I believe the next question was, about the last time you was shady or who's the freakiest. So somehow, some way, Kandi got a question in talking about who's the freakiest, and she gave the peach to Porsha. And Porsha said, I'm not that freaky. I'm not. And Porsha asked, Kandi, what level am I? Kandi said a 10 or whatever. And then Porsha was like, I'm not a 10. I'm not that freaky because I don't do backdoor. And then this is when Kandi jumps in. Oh yes, you do. You don't do backdoor anymore. I was like, oh Jesus, Kandi, you better be ready for that heat because you giving it. Kandi was like, you told, and then Porsha was like, what you mean? Kandi was like, you told me that you do backdoor. And then that's when Porsha was like, yeah, I tried it, but it didn't work. It didn't go in. It didn't happen. So everybody's looking at Kandi like, oh no. Then, I was just like, oh shit, you got, I was like, it went in. it went in. Like, she said, you don't do backdoor anymore. And I was just like, shade, shade. So Porsha got a little bit of shade too as well. I was just like, damn. But she quickly, got rid of that shade or whatever. She was like, I don't do that no more. She goes, well, I tried it, but it didn't work. So, it didn't go down. So basically, she's trying to say, I don't do backdoor. And so then the next question was, have you ever had a threesome? And then Shamari knew it was for her. She said yes. She let the group know that her and Ronnie had an open relationship. An open relationship and everything like that. And it went, and now everybody's asking her questions. She was like, oh, Ronnie did his thing, I did my thing with women. We had an open relationship, and all the ladies are judging. NeNe's like, I don't know about none of that. Even Kandi's talking about, I might have had a threesome in the past, but that doesn't mean I'm going to let my man date somebody, be with somebody. It was like, oh, what about when you bump into the person? Do you see them in Atlanta and stuff? And she was like, yeah. And I think at that moment, you can see the immaturity level of, Shamari, for her to stand up and raise a hand like, yeah, I'm the one that did a threesome or whatever. I'm the one that had an open relationship, and just divulge all that information out there like that. I think that was reckless of her to let them know all that. Maybe at another time I get to know the ladies a little bit more, where she can actually explain it and not be judged by a room full of women. So you got Eva, she was shading also, Marlo, talk about Marlo. I don't know where you sleep your head at night, but I sleep at home with my man sleep next to me. Basically, Eva was trying to throw shade at Marlo that you sleep with a different man at night because they pay you for their company. I was just like, So anyways, peace, I'm out. Tell me what you think about the situation. It seems like, Eva and Shamari are getting hazed right now. It is what it is, and they're catching Eva out there. And even NeNe's just like, I don't know if I can really co-sign for her anymore. And Cynthia ain't feeling Eva or Shamari too as well. Peace, I'm out, one love.